আসসালামু আলাইকুম বিসমিল্লাহির রহমানির রহিম আপনাদের স্বাগতম পার্টিসিপেটরি এনগেজিং টেকনিক্স লেসন 4 এ তো আমরা কন্টিনিউ করছি সিরিজটা তো লাস্ট লেসনে যেটা হয়েছিল আমরা রিভিউ করার একটা টেকনিক দেখলাম এটার নাম হচ্ছে মাইন্ড ম্যাপিং রিভিউ করার পরে আমাদের টিচাররা এখন একটা রিয়েল লেসন ডিজাইন করবে তাদের নিজেদের ক্লাসের জন্য ওদেরকে চ্যালেঞ্জ হিসাবে গ্রুপ ওয়ার্ক দেওয়া হলো তো সে চলেন আমরা সেই গ্রুপ ওয়ার্ক কীভাবে করছে আর কীভাবে প্রেজেন্ট করছে কীভাবে তারা আর্গুমেন্ট করে শিখে যাচ্ছে সেটা দেখি চল নাও imagine that the first class is finished imagine this is the next lesson next day all right now how will you start the class for your next review previous class good how do you review it so how will you start next class
Thank you. I will ask my student, can anyone remember what we learned yesterday? Then if one student answer eagerly, then gradually I think approximately every student will answer something, what they can remember.
Okay, so how do we do this? You want to use the whiteboard? Shall I use the whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what question should I ask the class?
What we read last day, can anyone say?
Do you remember anything from last class?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, something, tell me something.
Group work.
Okay. Group?
Group work.
Okay.
To engage in a class.
Okay. To?
English in a class.
Engage, okay. Group work. Anything about group work? Anyone? What you want to say? Anything about group work?
Yes, sir.
What?
We make different model, designing different model,
For the group work you had a?
such as how to face an interview.
Okay. So you used the model, but what was the purpose of the group work?
We think we have to engage our brain
Yes,
for
engage.
observation.
Okay. So you were given a task,
Yes, sir.
application,
Yes, sir.
okay? You were given a application, task, and you applied a model, and you prepared what did you prepare? A presentation.
Presentation.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone remember anything else?
Assignment, debate.
Assignment, debate. Assignment. What was the assignment?
Any kind of assignment. Topic-based, subject-based.
Assignment was actually posting. Where? Posting in? The name of the software is actually, it's called
Module.
Moodle. Yeah. If you forget, remember noodles. Okay. The assignment for what purpose? What was the assignment? Yeah, no, the assignment in Moodle. What was it on? Reflection. Very good. It was about reflection. So you posted, but actually you also wrote manually first, then posting. Anything else? Any other thing we did? You did competition?
Internal competition among the students?
We did competition?
No, sir. In the class.
This is a review of last class.
Oh, sorry.
Anything? Remember from last class? Huh? Okay. Brainstorming. How did you brainstorm?
By questioning ourselves.
Brainstorming by Questions? Anything else?
Objective.
Did you do pair work?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you did cards? And what did you do? You clustered the cards, grouped the cards. Yes? And from there, what did you do? From the cards, what did you do?
We did
You created a
a
model.
model.
You created a model, and what was the purpose of the model?
How to solve,
See?
how to do things,
How to?
how to do things.
How to engage the learners? Yes. Engage is there, but what was the purpose of the model itself? How to solve the problem. Huh? How to solve the problem. How to solve a problem, yes. But the model was actually steps, wasn't it? Steps of how to solve the problem. Right? Okay. So what have I done on the board? Yes. It's a summary of what? Of the previous class. And what was the method of doing this summary? Sorry? No, the technique. The technique is called mind map. It's fine. Can you bring that poster? Mind map. The technique is called mind mapping, yes. But how did I draw the mind map? Who recollected?
By questioning.
By questioning, exactly. By questioning. So again, questioning is very important. So I question, and whatever you say, I put on here. Right? So can this be used as a technique for reviewing last class? The technique is called mind mapping. So here, this is a mind map of mind mapping. Alright? Can you see? This is a mind map of mind mapping. So the first question is what? What is a mind map? It's essentially ideas related and linked together in a radial diagram. Radial means what? Going out from the middle, all directions. And how do you draw it? Central idea. So what was the central idea here? Engage. Put it back. And then it's linked with major related ideas. So what were the major related ideas? Shall I move? Group work, brainstorming, assignment, model. Right? Then, how do you do it? You have keywords and phrases. It's not sentences. Huh? So everything here is just keywords and phrases. Put it back. And it branches out radially in the form of a tree. So when can you use a mind map? Can you read? It says we can use a mind map to plan, brainstorm, organize, analyze, look at alternatives, remember, clarify our own thinking. Okay? So it's a very powerful tool. So how does it help? Why should we use mind mapping? It helps us focus, helps remember, helps visualize, helps organize, and it also supports creativity. So it's a very powerful tool for ourselves, which we can also get our students to use to support their study. Thank you. Let's thank Kafi. His name is Kafi. All right. So that was mind mapping, right? And mind mapping, why does it work? Mind mapping is extremely powerful, and I shared an idea this morning. But why does it work?
Human brain captures the visualization very quickly.
Excellent. It captures It visualizes very quickly. Why?
That one I'm not sure.
Because this is the way our brain stores information. Okay? Let me give you a totally different example. Let's imagine that I have a habit of smoking. I don't. But let's imagine I do. Okay? And that every morning after I come out of my house, I go across the street and buy a packet of cigarettes from the shop owner, whose name is Munir. Okay? So I know Munir, I know the shop, and he also knows me. So I go in, and every day, as soon as I arrive, he pulls out a packet, and I pull out my money, and I give it to him. So it's very familiar. I know the person, I know the shop, everything is very familiar. No problems. Not difficult to remember. But let's say one day, I go to Newmarket, and Munir is sitting in Khan Brothers. Does anybody know Khan Brothers? Well, the boys must know. Because before you get married, you have to visit Khan Brothers. Sari Dukan. So you'll have to buy a sari. Not for yourself, but okay. So he's sitting in Khan Brothers and negotiating to buy a sari. Right? Now and I enter Khan Brothers at that point. What will my brain say? Will I recognize Munir? Will I recognize Munir?
Yes, obviously.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Why not?
Because the context has changed.
The context has changed.
Right.
My brain will say, "Khub chena, ami lokta ke chini." But I will not remember the name. So let's say he comes out, he walks out, and he lights a cigarette. Ei beta thek ami daily cigarette kini. Okay? So the name of Munir, his shop, everything, how he looks like, his face, it's stored in my brain. But where? It's stored with my cigarette, my need for a cigarette. Okay? Here it will be cigarette. Munir's face, Munir, his shop, everything will be linked to cigarette. So I know Munir's name only through this link. So the brain actually works. It stores information using links. And this is exactly how everything is stored in the brain. So if we know how the brain works and how it stores, then it makes it easier for us. Okay? And when we want to solve a problem, a mind map will not solve your problem. But what it will help you do, you can draw alternatives. Right? And then each alternative you can examine, and then decide which one to try out first to solve the problem. So it helps, as you pointed out, it helps to visualize our own thoughts. And very powerful. All right? Okay. Thank you. Now this morning, we prepared presentations on what? T, CV presentation, interview, and teacher, and term paper. But we are now at a university. Okay, we don't teach students to make tea. We assume that they know how to make tea. We want 6 topics, most difficult topics. We've all been through university, okay? So I want you to give me ideas, topics, that you found most difficult. You couldn't learn it. So what we'll try to do, we'll find 6 most difficult topics, brainstorm and prepare a plan of how to get our students to understand this particular difficult topic. Do you want to take on the challenge? Yes? Okay. So give me ideas. Think. Talk to each other. Give me 6. What's a data structure?
Just reverse the words, structures and data.
Okay.
That is, I'm formulating a structure to store data.
Okay.
That's the simplest idea.
Right. Now, before you came to this room, we structured the tables so that you can sit and everybody can see me and I can see everybody and the camera can see everybody. So it took a lot of thinking, actually, to organize this room. Okay, it's not just it happened. Okay, planning went into this process. So if we are data, the plan was to have every data see each data. So randomly I can talk to anybody. Anyway, next topic. Poetry. Poetry. Yours.
My topic is maths of inheritance.
Inheritance.
Sir, digital firms.
Pardon?
Digital firm.
Digital firm.
Yes,
Form.
Firm. Digital organization. Okay.
Oh.
Digital firm.
But these are all technical. Nothing from business, nothing from business people. Come on, show that you're alive. Huh? Student registration. You want me to write that? I'll write it. We'll discuss it later. 1 second. What do you want to say? Advertising. Anything else?
Doctrinal research.
Huh?
Doctrinal research.
Doctrinal research. What is that?
Based on primary sources only,
Huh?
without taking help of any secondary sources. Furthering research. Just I am a law student, so sir, only based on statutes, treaty, then legislation, acts enactment.
Okay, more ideas. Huh? Landscape designing. Is this architecture? What other ideas? Internetworking devices.
Writing case notes.
No more technical. I'm going over to business. Where are the business teachers?
Selection of the Chief Justice.
Hey, there's no business teachers. No. Huh? Fashion and style. Consumer behavior. All right. Let's. This is many more than six, but it gives you an option to select. Okay. Now, shall we break up the class again? But let's do it differently now. Okay. Another method. Okay. Let's. So we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 groups again. All right. You remember number again.
3.
3.
4, 5, 6, 7.
No, 1. So all the ones, can you get up, stand up? Okay.
1.
All the ones. I'll give you the option to select which one you want. Come over here, select a topic and put one. Okay, while they're discussing, two stand up. Twos come over here. And 3s get up while 2s are discussing. Come over here. All right, 2s. You decide. I'll let you choose. It should be non-top. I mean, you should not have experience with that topic. Better. You want landscape design? But you suggested that. No, I want something that is beyond all of your experiences outside. Go and sit over in a corner. Number 3, come over here. And while 3 is coming, 4 stand up. All right. Which one do you want? Non-topic. Non means it should be outside all of your experiences. Poetry? It's outside consumer behavior, it's outside all of your, yeah?
I'm from CSC. So consumer behavior.
Is that? You know about something you all don't know. Something totally outside and foreign and difficult that you never wanted to do it. Research? Done. Go. 4, come over here. And 5 stand up. Which one? Something beyond your experience. Huh? You want to take research as well? We can have duplicate topics because you won't sit near them. You'll do it yourself. Something that is outside your everybody's experience. Done. All right. Group 5 and group 6 stand up while you're at. Okay. Group 5. What do you want? So it has to be outside your experience. Outside your own subject, outside your experience. Something totally new. And you can also duplicate. We can also duplicate. The choice is yours. You want to choose advertising? Nobody? Nobody from advertising? We have one marketing. Huh? You want poetry? You're from English. Yeah. So something that is outside. You want consumer behavior? Or research? Or behavior? Research? Research day? Okay. So you're group 5, is it? All right. Good. Thank you. So sit in a group. Group 6, come over here. No, it has to be non-subject, meaning outside your own subject, outside your own experience. Okay, something totally different so that everybody is equal. And we can do duplicates. It doesn't matter. Any topic. Great. So find a place. All right. So do you know what to do? Okay. The first thing that you need to do is review the model. Can you review the model? If you want, I can suggest the model. I can suggest the model, and you examine whether it would work for you. All right? So the model problem or question. Okay? So in class, we pose a problem. Why am I talking about revisiting the model? Because now we want to look at higher education. Yes? And we are teaching complex, difficult subjects, which are not easy to teach, which students do not understand. All right? So we normally give theory, But what I'm saying is, instead of giving theory, can we pose them a problem? Okay? So I'll discuss it with an example. So after we pose the problem, then we get them to guess answers. All right? Then after that, we get them to check. How can we get them to check? We can say that some scientist, he solved this problem in this way. And you compare your answers with what the other, like Einstein. Okay, Einstein said this. Okay? So your answers are this, compare it with Einstein. Okay? And then finally, apply. So apply can be presentations, this can be cards, and you can give them some material or some presentation or resource material. So 4 steps. Let me give you an example of the 4 steps. For example, income tax. Let's say that we're in business, and today's topic in business is income tax. So one way to teach it would be to come in the class and define income tax. Yes? That this is income tax, this is how you calculate it, now do it. Yes? Okay, this is one way. Another way could be that, okay, we live in Bangladesh, and we have a government, and the government needs to make roads and hospitals and schools for everyone. Where will the government get money from? How will the government do all these things? Okay? So that, we pose them a problem. How will the government do all these things? And get them to guess the answers. Okay? Then we tell them that in Bangladesh we have such and such systems for the government to collect money to do these things. Okay? So then we have this kind of industry. Can you work out their taxes? Right? So what is the difference in these 2 approaches? What is the difference in these 2 approaches?
In the later approach, you engage students a lot more than the first one.
Right. But what happens to the student if we engage them more?
They know the problem, actual problem.
They know the problem, and when they come out, they'll still be creative. That, okay, the problem is this, so we can find other ways to collect money. But if you just tell them that income tax is, this is how you calculate it, the person will only know how to apply a formula. Right? So, do we want to create graduates who solve problems, or do we want to create graduates who can just do formulae? All right. Now, somebody was going to ask me a question.
So, why didn't our teachers go through this kind of training? So that was my question.
Okay.
So I'm regretting and frustrated.
Why didn't our teachers teach this way? Answers. Does anybody know the answer?
Everything is changing day by day rapidly, and that's why the teacher have been teach us. I think their teaching method was right for their time, and right now the technique is changing.
Okay. Answer?
Sir, I think our teacher also did this way, but we didn't understand, maybe.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay. The answer is, our education system was set up by the British. Okay? And they declared that we want to create a nation of clerks. Okay? They declared in public meeting that they wanted to transform India into a nation of clerks. They did not want creative people. Why? Because creative people would question their ruling. Okay, they just wanted followers. So what we have done is we have continued and perfected this system of creating clerks. So our current education system creates mindless graduates. What does mindless graduate mean? That I can only copy. Okay? Whenever I think of exams, I think of Nilkhet. Okay? So, we are in this situation. You said everything is changing. But we are inside that change. The question is, do we want to change? Do we want to create graduates that are creative? Do we want to change our future? Do we want to present our children with a better future? Or do we want to just continue with what the British taught us and carry on? Okay? It's up to you. All right. So you examine this model and you create your presentation. All right? All right. Have I answered your question? Yes. Okay.
Are we going to focus on some particular, like our related research, or go for general purpose?
No, but to do this in class.
What have to do this in class?
Instead of defining research, you can pose a problem and get them to collect data and get them to compare with what other people did. Okay? And then solve it. Okay?
Thank you,
And
sir.
then say that, okay, these are the steps of doing any research. All right, carry on. না এটা আপনার টপিকটা কি
রিসার্চ
রিসার্চ ওকে হাউ ডু ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু ডু ইট তো তাদেরকে দিয়ে চারটা জিনিস করাবার পরে বলতে পারি যে এইভাবে যে কোনো রিসার্চ করা যায় না আমি বলতেছি ওদেরকে দিয়ে ক্লাসে ছোট্ট একটা রিসার্চ করাতে হবে তারপরে বলতে হবে যে অন্যরা এভাবে করছে এভাবে সেট আপ করছে এভাবে প্রমাণ করছে তারপরে হচ্ছে যে তোমরা এখন এই প্রবলেমটা এই যে পদ্ধতি পছন্দ ওটা সলভ করো ফর এক্সাম্পল একটা ক্লাসের ভিতরে কি ধরনের রিসার্চ করানো যায়
কোয়ালিটেটিভ
না প্রবলেমটা যে ওখানেই তার ডেটা কালেক্ট করতে পারে
ক্লাসের ভিতরে স্টুডেন্টগুলো আছে তাদের রেজাল্টের উপরে তারা কি ইন্টারমিডিয়েট কারা দেশের থেকে দেশ সবাই ঢাকা
এটা হচ্ছে
কোন এরিয়ার লোকেরা বেশি
আরেকটা হতে পারে যে অ্যাভারেজ এজ হ্যাঁ যে অ্যাভারেজ এজ অফ দ্য ক্লাস What is the average age of this class?
এটা ফাইন্ড আউট হচ্ছে আমাদের প্রবলেম এটা হচ্ছে আমাদের প্রবলেম
তারপরে ক্লাসের ভিতরে ডাটা কালেক্ট করব
কোশ্চেন অ্যানসার
না এজের জন্য তো বেশি কিছু লাগবে না একটা ছোট কাগজ দিয়ে দিলে হবে যেটাতে আমরা
এইগুলো কালেক্ট করে তারপর বোর্ডে এইগুলো লাগাই দিল কিন্তু কোনো নাম থাকবে না
কোনো নাম
কারণ না হলে নাম থাকলে তো
হ্যাঁ
বোর্ডে আমরা একটা গ্রাফও তৈরি করে
এখানে এথিক্সটাও শেখানো হ্যাঁ ফর এক্সাম্পল আমি যদি বলি যে আমি সবার সামনে বলে দিই বলবেন হ্যাঁ স্যার আমি জিজ্ঞেস করে দেবো বলবো না আমাদের একটা চট যে মেয়েদের জিজ্ঞেস করতে নাই রাইট সো বিকজ সে জানাতে চায় না হ্যাঁ সো আস্কিং পাবলিকলি ইজ আনএথিক্যাল ডাটা কালেক্ট করতে পারি না এইচটা দিয়ে সে ফোল্ড করে দিয়ে দেবে যে ওর এইচটা কেউ জানে
অ্যানোনিমাস সিক্রেসি মেইনটেইন প্রাইভেসি মেইনটেইন করা
ইট ইজ সাবজেক্ট টু প্রাইভেসি এথিক্সটাও কিন্তু শেখানো রাইট তারপরে ওদেরকে যে রিফ্লেক্ট করানো যে আমরা এই কোয়েশ্চেনটা কীভাবে সলভ করি And can this become the steps of any research?
So
have you examined this?
Should I concern on a item like soap or getting that?
Yes, absolutely. Very good. What you can do in class, that we have this problem. What is the problem? That we have a new product.
Yes. We want to select.
We have a new product. So give your idea, bring it to class. Ideas on how we can get people interested in this particular product. Right?
Yes.
And
I think we should do a new product.
New product.
It's a challenging job.
After they do it and design it, then you can get them to reflect. ওদেরকে যদি প্র্যাকটিক্যালি করিয়ে নিয়ে তারপরে তাদেরকে যদি রিফ্লেক্ট করানো যায় যে তোমরা কি করলা বলো, তো এই মডেলটা আমরা অন্য জিজ্ঞেস করি রিসার্চের ক্ষেত্রে লাগাতে পারি কিনা, কিন্তু রিসার্চ টার্মটা না ইউজ করে আমরা প্রবলেম কিভাবে দিতে পারি, আমরা অন্য রিসার্চের ক্ষেত্রে লাগাতে পারি কিনা, কিন্তু রিসার্চ টার্মটা না ইউজ করে আমরা প্রবলেম কিভাবে দিতে পারি।
স্যার বলতেছি যে রিসার্চের মধ্যে যে স্টেপসগুলো ফলো করা হয় ওই কাজগুলোকে আমরা রিসার্চ নাম না বলে স্টুডেন্টকে বললাম যে এগুলো করো, আফটার দ্যাট যখন তারা কমপ্লিট করলো তখন বললাম যে দিস ইজ কল্ড রিসার্চ।
অ্যাবসলিউটলি। ফর এক্সাম্পল একটা হতে পারে যে যারা ভর্তি হয় তাদের ফর এক্সাম্পল কি বলে যে যারা ভর্তি রেজাল্ট ওদের রিডিং রেজাল্ট কেমন, পপুলেশন মানে একটা কোয়েশ্চেন, হ্যাঁ এটা হচ্ছে যেটা ডাটা কালেক্ট করে তারা সলভ করতে হবে। ইমিডিয়েট উত্তর নাই, কিন্তু ওটা ডাটা কালেক্ট করার পরে উত্তর দিতে পারবে, এরকম একটা কোয়েশ্চেন দরকার। কি কোয়েশ্চেন হতে পারে?
ফার্স্ট আমরা কিছু কোশ্চেন অ্যারাইজ করবো যে অ্যাডভার্টাইজিং একটা জেনারেলাইজ, সেটাকে আমরা মানুষের কাছে পৌঁছানোর সময় কি কি বাধার সম্মুখীন হতে পারি। আচ্ছা, সেই বাধাগুলো আমরা স্টুডেন্টদেরকে বলবো তোমাদের কি মনে হয় যে এই যে আমরা একটা প্রোডাক্ট বা সেটা ইনস্টিটিউশন যাই হোক সেটা যখন আমরা মানুষের কাছে পৌঁছাতে চাইবো তখন কি কি বাধার সম্মুখীন হবো তার কিছু একটা লিস্ট তৈরি করবো। লিস্ট তৈরি করতে পারে বা তারা আমাদেরকে জানাতে পারে, তো তারা জানাবে, আমরা সেটা লিখে নিব। লিখে নেওয়ার পরে তাদেরকেই আবার অ্যাসাইন করবো যে তোমরা বিভিন্ন স্টুডেন্টদেরকে আমরা বিভিন্ন ভাগ প্রবলেম দিয়ে দেবো অ্যাসাইনমেন্টের মতো, যে তুমি এই প্রবলেমটা, যেমন কম্পিটিটিভ মার্কেট, খুব প্রতিযোগিতামূলক একটা বাজার, এই বাজারে এখন তুমি এই প্রোডাক্টটা যদি মানে মার্কেট পেতে চায় তাহলে তুমি কিভাবে সলভ করবা, এই স্টুডেন্টকে আমরা সেটা বলে দেবো। আরেকজন বলবো যে কোয়ালিটি ঠিক মতো হতে হবে, তারপরে কনজিউমার্স যারা, কোন ধরনের কনজিউমার্সকে সহজে আমরা আকৃষ্ট করতে পারবো। হ্যাঁ,
এরকম করা যায়, কিন্তু মানে আমরা কি ওদেরকে ডাইরেক্টলি প্রবলেম ভিতরে ফেলে দিতে পারি?
মানে স্যাম্পল একটা প্রবলেম
দিয়ে দিলাম,
যেমন একটা বিস্কিট, এখন একটা বিস্কিট আমরা মার্কেটে
অ্যাপ্লাই স্যার ডাইরেক্টলি, কারণ অনেকগুলি মার্কেটে কিন্তু এক্সাম্পল আছে। অলমোস্ট ডান, স্টার স্টুডেন্ট। হ্যাঁ, গুড, ডু ইট। কোয়েশ্চেন আছে?
It is actually consumer behavior. So first we will ask the student a question about what SIM do you people use? They will ask obviously maybe Grameenphone, Robi. So then we will divide them in groups. Those who use Robi be in one group, and those who use Grameenphone in one group, like this way. Then we will take their response why they use this one. What are the
okay feedback? Okay, তারপর এটা থেকে থিওরি বার করবেন কিভাবে?
So finally we say that okay, that is what consumer behavior is.
Okay, excellent, very good, good. Star students. So you point to your poster and introduce the topic. Let's welcome them. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Our topic is research, as you can see over here. Facilitators' duty would be so our facilitators' duty would be to make the students understand what is research and how to do it. So there would be researcher, the little researcher. So first of all, what is necessary to find out the problem? And the problem, by problem I mean that it is a topic, of course. That things come is topic selection. Then that things come is topic selection. Choose their own topic. Students might choose their own topic, or we the facilitators can provide them with some topics. So guess that from that selection, we have got the topic that is going to the restaurants. That means how many of them go to the restaurants. That is the research topic or problem. So far we have got the topic. I mean, if you listen carefully, we will try to teach them how to do research. We are doing the research way, reverse way. We are not teaching them theory first, rather we are putting up an example first, and through that example they would be able to do that research. So that topic is how many of them go to the restaurants. Then they will form groups according to the number of students, 3 or 4 groups or 5 groups, and these 5 groups will analyze that particular topic. I mean that research topic. I mean how many of them go to the restaurants often or not. Then different group, 4 or 5 groups will collect data. And how would they collect data? Will they go to the restaurant by themselves, living in the classroom? Of course, no. Funny question. They will do it living inside the classroom. That means from their past experiences, that in the last week, how many of them went to the restaurant. So different group will work on that and collect data. So data collection procedure, we will not take anything that how to collect data. They will do everything. Whatever way they do, then we will give our feedbacks. So then they will analyze, different groups will analyze their own data, and then of course as there are different minds, different people, so different group will come up with different data, we expect so. So they will get the chance to compare with their own data. So one group will compare the data with other group. So the comparing and contrast will continue, and then after comparing and contrast, they may give their individual group presentation, or if the teachers ask, they can come up with a final presentation according to their compare and contrast. So before that, after that final presentation, then the teacher's roles come, giving the feedback. It is not only my feedback, of course. The students, I mean the final presenters, will give their feedback too. So this is a reciprocal process. The feedback will go on and off and vice versa. And then after feedback, the facilitator has got what students are doing. what the outcome of the result. This is not the final. Here it is written final, but this is not the exact one. After feedback, I have got everything from the students. So that addition and deduction will continue, my observation. Then, to make them understand better, now I will ask them something about research. What did you do now? What did we really do in the classroom now? They might be able to answer, they might be not. And then my presentation on our research will continue. I will say, I may show some slides, or I myself show some sheets that these are the, or hand over them some papers that these are the things, this is called research, these are the outcomes. And I can, of course, show them some videos too. Feedback is here, feedback will again come. Because here students have got their feedback, now I will get my feedback too. Students will ask me questions. So what is that? What is that? And then we have to compare this feedback with that feedback. This is the preliminary feedback, and this is most probably the final feedback. Though nothing is final here, but we'll get the feedback. And after that feedback, of course, from here, as we have got a long journey, we'll get the research findings. What would be the findings of their of today's result, or the result that I have shown, how to find a research findings. And after that finding, most probably, so far in 1 hour 20 minutes class, our demo and our pre-research activities are set. Students have learned something. We'll ask some questions, of course, facilitator asks some questions. And then for the next class, or after the class, we will give them some topics, or they will come up with their own topics, that is homework. They will do a little research on a particular topic. Thank you.
Questions? Okay, I just have one question. Will you get them to create a model for research?
Again, sir?
But after doing the practical work, you'll tell them that this is research, and then will you ask them to create a model that how can we do any research if we wanted to?
Of course.
Steps. Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you. Let's thank the group. Next. All right. So stand in line with the poster. Show which poster is yours.
So here's our poster. Hello, everyone. So our topic was based on advertising. And we want our students to sell a product X to you by presenting it some way that it's interesting and useful to you. So like we have a brand new product, say X, and we have told our students about some key features of this, and we've asked them to try to sell the products. So we would simply ask the students, okay, sell the product, guess a solution. So what happens? And then they would prepare a solution, students present it in their own way. Okay, that's not good enough. And I'm not good at advertising. So what do I do? In their own way. I ask an expert to please come in and give a demo of how this product is sold, or how you can present. Please come in. An expert has given a presentation. So then I'll compare. Say Steve Jobs comes and takes this Lexus product and brands it iLexus. Say Steve Jobs iPhone comes and whatever it is, and he says what he always does. We've revolutionized this biscuit. We have salt in it. And he says what he always does. It's brittle. This biscuit. It's tasty and it's biscuit. iLexus. It's brittle. It's a biscuit. And revolutionized. It's tasty and okay, fine. And the student said like this. iLexus. It's a biscuit. And revolutionized. It's okay, fine. And the student said like this. It's tasty. Thank you. So we've compared how Steve Jobs does his job and the student's performance. So we've compared. Are they close enough? Steve Jobs does his job. No. And so what the students again does, so he refines his solution. No. Tries to copy Bill Gates, the Steve Jobs, or just implements his own way tries to And copy then Bill Gates, another Steve expert Jobs, comes, or say Bill Gates, implements and his says, own way. yeah, we're Microsoft. And then we sell by another only expert our comes, name, say and Bill we Gates, provide the best and security. says, yeah, we're Microsoft. What does this we sell biscuit by need security only for? our name. Oh, and we the don't best use security. any chemicals What does in this it. biscuit It's need security. security for? Okay, so the student is again confused. We don't use he compares himself any to the presentation and says, okay, I need some refinement. So the he refines student again. is confused. He And compares then himself he presents again to the presentation and says, the okay, expert's I demo need is some on refinement. again. He refines And now again. he's somewhat And then close between he Steve presents Jobs again. and Bill Gates and compares The himself expert's demo and is says, on okay, again. I'm now Now close he's enough. So he somewhat is close ready between Steve Jobs at the and end Bill of the Gates class and compares to himself and says, apply okay, this procedure I'm now close enough. And so he try to is sell ready this biscuit at to the you. end of the class. But this time he to will definitely be apply able. this procedure. Why? Because and he's combined try to both sell this biscuit those to you. two experts' But knowledge. this time he will Thanks. definitely be able.
Thank you.
Why? Because he's
Questions?
combined both those two experts' knowledge. Thanks.
Thank you. Questions? You have a question? Oh, good. Somebody has a question.
Here, students compared the experts' presentation, but students didn't do any presentation or.
They did. Yes. Question.
Was the topic about making a strategy for advertising or making the students model for the advertising? I am confused.
Not to make the students models. It's just a strategy. Not to make the students models. Steve Jobs or it's just a strategy. They're not models. Because Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, they're not models. That's why they follow some strategy. Apple that's why produce same Apple product. Apple that produce same iPhone and iPhone year after year after year. Sell them like crazy. Tag it $1,000 and sell them like crazy shit. Sorry for that. So yes, sorry for I'm that. not talking about the models. Yes, I'm not talking about the models. How the students will I'm learn talking to about present how you themselves. present. How the Not students always will learn to they present will themselves. Walk down in the Not ramp. always they will walk down in the ramp. But they and need holding to feed the product. consumers that. But they need okay, to feed the consumers that. And this okay, is this good product enough is for good you to buy. And this is good enough for Because I you will to sell buy. it, and I will sell it to you. Because I will even if sell it, makes me and I feed will you. sell it to you. Okay. Even if it makes me feed you. Okay.
My question is how they will do it.
Where?
Why they will do it.
Where?
This is advertising, I think.
Where?
Why?
Where?
This is
Our-
the strategy, I think.
Well, our section and this strategy is solely section based and on this not strategy where, is but solely how. based on not where, The how comes but first how. in this class. So, that's So the how comes first in this class. So that's how.
Okay. Did you get your answer?
Okay.
Okay. Now, did you get your answer? What is the main part
Now-
of this presentation? What is the main part of this presentation?
It's comparing.
Okay. It's comparing. But okay, the solution.
Comparing.
Steve Jobs has a solution. The solution. Steve Jobs
Bill
has
Gates
a
has a
different
solution.
solution. The students have a different.
Bill Gates has a
When they
different
compare,
solution.
The students have a
If they
different
begin
solution.
to
Realize that advertising is product-based, meaning that I need to tailor my strategy according to the product. It's not a fixed template. So it has to vary. And if they start thinking creatively, that's what we want to happen, basically. Okay, thank you.